This is CHSTV News.
Good morning, Cathedral, and welcome back. I'm Mario with your morning announcements for Monday, February the 8th. Let's start off the show with a message from Mr. Daly.
Good morning, Cathedral. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see students in the school again, and it's nice to be back here myself. So welcome back. We're back to in-person learning, and there's a few things that are going to be slightly different than they were in the fall. But I hope, if you're like me, you'll never take school for granted ever again. And I know students, you'll be glad to be here in person. I don't know if you had trouble getting up early, but I hope you'll do your best and take advantage of having the teacher in person every second day, and that you'll take advantage of all the supports that are here for Cathedral. So remember to try your hardest, be respectful with everyone, and if you need help with anything, make sure you ask your favorite adult. Okay, that's the rule. Now, there's a couple of things that are a little more strict and a little more systematic this time around compared to the fall, and one is the self-assessments for COVID. So students, at first they told us we weren't going to let you in the door until you proved to us that you had done the self-assessment. Now it's gotten a little bit more practical in how we can enforce it. But what we're trying to do is this, everyone. We have to make sure that you're healthy enough to come to school and that you pass the COVID self-assessment. Now, students were supposed to be doing this in the fall, but there wasn't really a strict double check that you were actually getting it done. So we're asking students to please make sure that you do your self-assessment online before you leave home, providing you have internet capabilities, and I know that's most of you. So students, if you can please make that a habit of doing the self-assessment when you're at home before you come to school. Now, in the case you don't have internet connection or you maybe forgot, we're asking teachers at the door, we have posted, and I want to thank the vice principals who all came in early this morning to get things going. We've got two signs on your classroom door. One of them is like a QRC link, or sorry, I don't know what the word is. So you can scan it and it'll link to the site where you can do the self-assessment. The other one is a series of questions that you can do. And teachers, we're just asking that you look around the room and ask each student individually if they've completed the self-assessment. If they've done it on their phones, they can flash the phone to you. If they haven't, you can take their word for it. And if someone hasn't done the self-assessment, they're supposed to go through the questions that are on the door. So again, we'll be a little more systematic with this when we figure things out after today. But for now, teachers, if you could look around the room, ask each student if they've completed the self-assessment. If they haven't, refer them to the questions on the door. And if they say they passed it, then we're good for today. And as far as I know at this point, in the email I sent you, I said this, we're not necessarily tracking these things. So teachers don't need to track that they've okayed the self-assessment, just do it. If that changes, I will certainly let you know by email. The other thing I should remind staff is that we've been asked to verify with staff each day that staff have done the self-assessment. Apparently around 85% of staff do it every day, so thank you for that. But if you either forget or don't do it, we are going to have to track you down in the morning. So staff, we would appreciate if you could complete the self-assessment. I believe we're going to get a report mid-morning centrally about the people who didn't complete it, and then we'll have to interrupt your class and ask you to make sure you complete it. And again, teachers, I also sent an email trying to remind you to be diligent about your attendance recording, and we appreciate your attention to that. Now, in terms of tech support for teachers, so we're very happy to have Ron and Michael in from IT. We thank these two IT people who are on site today. So if you need help in your classroom with tech support today, if you could please dial extension 902, Maria's desk. You let Maria know that you need tech support to come by your classroom, and she will input a ticket into the online system, and then the tech support person will get to you as soon as they can. And we hope we can get them around to help all of you through any of the tech problems you might be having. I know you've got a new desktop in your class. I know there's some login problems and things like that, and you may have some questions and things that you need to sort it out with your new technology that you may have picked up in the last couple of weeks. So again, it's if you have a tech problem and you'd like the IT support people to come by your class, please dial extension 902. Maria will put you in the queue, and someone will be around shortly. We're going to continue to have Spirit Days on Wednesdays and Thursdays for staff and students, so I don't see any reason to wait on that. So students, please be in uniform every other day in full compliance. And then on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we will have Spirit Days, which means you can wear any top that's got Cathedral on it and any pair of sweatpants or any kind of pants that have Cathedral on it. And that's a reward for us all being back to school. I would remind, we are in cohort A today, so I want to remind students, I know this is a long announcement, I appreciate your attention, everyone. So students, unlike in the fall, especially when we were just getting started, students are required to be in full attendance every single day. So today is cohort A. The cohort A students are in person, are here in person. If you are not, if you're a cohort A in-person learner, you must be present in person in the school or you'll be marked absent. So you don't have the option of staying home and saying, oh, well, I didn't want to come today, but I've logged on. If you do, if you're an in-person learner and you don't show up, you're going to be marked absent. If you're staying home and you can log on, that's probably better than not logging on at all, but we would need your parent or guardian to excuse that absent. In addition, if you're an online learner, you must log in and be present every single day. And if you're a cohort B person right now should be logged in and has to be present online the whole day. So there's not a day when you should not be logging in and present, either in person virtually if it's your day of the cohort, or in person virtually from home if it's the opposite cohort day. And the video announcements, which you know are the best probably in North America, and they've won awards for that, Mr. Trabucco and the great CHSTV news crew down here. So the announcements are actually being streamed live. So if you're in cohort B and you're watching, nice to see you all virtually. But students, we're encouraging you to watch the announcements each day so you're up to date. We're not going to be repeating the announcements 2 days at a time like we did in the fall. So if you're a cohort B person right now, you should be watching the video announcements online on YouTube if you can, or instead of that, you can watch the replay on YouTube, and then it would be vice versa. And someone who's a virtual learner should be either watching them live online or watching the replay. So that's all the kind of items like that I had. Students, you should know, and staff I think know, that Mr. McMillan retired during the very end of January. So we wish Mr. Dave McMillan God's blessings on a long, healthy retirement. We expect to see him around the school frequently as a volunteer. You know how much we rely on him around here. So we hope to see him very frequently. We want to congratulate Mr. Trabucco, who was promoted to the head of the technology department. So he's taken the former position held by Mr. McMillan, and very deserving promotion, Mr. Trabucco. We thank you for everything you do for us on a daily basis here around Cathedral. No pun intended. Mrs. Grappo, if you followed at CHS_daily, and why wouldn't you be on Instagram? If you're not, something's wrong with you. Follow me before if one of your friends find out that you're not. That's at CHS_daily. You would have gotten the breaking news that Miss Grappo had her baby girl. She had a safe delivery of Gia. She got a beautiful young daughter, and unfortunately for us, and fortunately for her, she's not here now. So she's off on her maternity leave. So we thank God for that great blessing to Miss Grappo and her family. But the blessing to us is that Mr. Michael Juba, great graduate of Cathedral and history teacher, social science teacher here for many years, football coach, and all-around great person, is now our acting vice principal instead of Miss Grappo, and I'm happy to introduce him here today. He's got a brief announcement about the cohorts. So welcome, God bless you, sir, in your new job, and pay attention to Vice Principal Juba.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice intro. Good morning, Cathedral. Okay, and welcome back to in-class learning. I hope everybody has a great start to semester 2, period 1, and we hope you're excited to get back to in-class learning. As a brief follow-up to our cohorting that we started last week, teachers should be able to find in their mailbox this morning lists that are cohorts that have been outlined either into A, B, or online. Now, regarding the cohorting, we are getting requests from students that are asking to be moved from cohort A to cohort B, or from B to A, and so on, and we want to make it clear that these changes cannot be made, specifically if there are reasons that you want to be with your friend, or maybe you have a work scheduling conflict. Please keep in mind, if you request a cohort change, that it has to be a medical reason or a reason regarding family and siblings. Okay, so we appreciate that, that you'll understand the cohort changing cannot go on unless there is a valid reason. If there is a circumstance that you need the cohorting changed, please come and see me in the Vice Principal's office, and we'll see what we can do. Aside from that, Mr. Daly had talked about Instagram. So I do have an Instagram account now. Please follow me. I know I'm not going to be close to Mr. Daly, but I've got, I believe, 45 followers, maybe 46, and I think 40 of them are family. So help me out. I'm trying to increase the brand, and you can keep track at CHS_Juba, or is it Juba_CHS? Okay, I hope I got it right. So follow me for the latest on Cathedral News. All right, keep an eye on my Instaface, Instagram, and it's going to go great. So thank you, everybody. Let's have a great semester, and welcome back, and I'll pass it off to Mario. Thank you.
This is an important message to any students looking for a timetable change for Period 1. Students wishing to make a Period 1 change must do so by 11 a.m. today. Please make contact with your respective counselor by email or make an online appointment. Guidance will be prioritizing Period 1 changes today. You can still make changes to Periods 2 to 4 in the coming days. This announcement is for all students who are interested in joining our Diversity Club's first virtual meeting of the year. As always, the club will be focused on issues of equity and inclusion. The team's meeting will be held this Wednesday, February 10th after school at 2:40 p.m. All are welcome. If you wish to attend, please use a sign-up sheet outside room 306. Please print your name and school email so you can be invited to the team's meeting. Thank you from Ms. Fitzpatrick and Ms. Marchers. After sales ended on January 27th, Student Council placed a spiritware order with their provider. They are anticipating minimal delays due to the stay-at-home order and state of emergency. And when spiritware arrives, an announcement will be made here on CHSTV and on our social media channels. And those are all your announcements for today, Cathedral. Have a great day, Gales, and thanks for watching.